What's up, Internet? My name is Michael Cook, this is Blue Giant Media, and we're here to connect through gaming. Today we're going to take a look at Point Salad by Molly Johnson, Robert Melvin, and Sean Stankovich, published by AEG. We're going to get a quick overview of the rules, and then we'll come back and I'll let you know what I do like, what I don't like, and who I think may or may not like Point Salad. Alright, Point Salad is a game that you're going to be trying to get the most points by making a salad. So on your turn, you're going to choose one of a couple things. You're either going to take 2 ingredients from the middle of your choice, and then at the end of your turn, you'll refill those 2 spaces. Or you can choose one of the cards up here at the top that is going to give you ways to score points, like this one right here. I can take that and keep it face down, and then at the end of the game, I will get 2 points for every carrot that I've gotten. So over here, this player might decide that they want to get these carrots to deny that person those carrots. Then this player might decide that they want to get, let's say the fewest total veggies. And maybe at this point they decide, well, I'm not going to get this. It's going to be worthless. Once per turn, you can go ahead and take one of your point cards, and you can see that this is going to be a cabbage if I flip it over because it's got the cabbage right here. Once per turn, you can choose one of the point cards, including the one that you just drew, and you can flip it over to an ingredient, but you can never flip it back. And that way, maybe you had something along these lines where, you know, your cabbages are worth -2 each, but then you get a whole bunch of cabbages and grab this. Well, you want to get cabbage now, so now you can take that and you can just flip it over so that you're not going to get minus points for all the cabbage that you've now decided is good for you. You're going to keep playing until all the cards have been drafted, and at the end, you're going to look at each of the point cards that you have and total up the points based off of what ingredients you have in your salad, and whoever has the most points is going to be the winner. You can then deal out a fresh set of cards because depending on the number of players, you probably didn't use all of the cards. You can take the leftovers and play another round, and then you can keep like a running tally on points, and whoever has the most points at the end of multiple rounds could be the winner because it plays pretty quick. And the only other caveat is if one of these decks runs out, then you're going to just take the rest of these, like let's say that side runs out. And you can take whatever the biggest stack that's remaining is, cut it in half, and keep going like that. Now that you have a pretty good idea of how to play through Point Salad, I want to let you know what I like about the game. First of all, I think it is a great filler type game. I've long been a fan of Coloretto. I think that it has some of that feel to it. I think it's really interesting trying to choose, do you want to take one of the things that scores you points, or one of the ways that you can score more points, or 2 of the things that you actually use to score those points. It's sort of reminiscent of that feeling in Coloretto where you're like, all right, do I try and flip another card, or do I take what I can and bail? You're trying to decide, okay, it's a very different thing, but it has a little bit of that same feel of tension to me, where you're trying to decide, oh, I could do that, but I might regret it. Or I can take that, but it might end up helping someone else more if I do that. Because if I leave that thing out there that's going to score points really well for my opponent, so that I can take these that score points for me, I mean, I can try and do that kind of cost-benefit analysis right now in the moment, but I can't. Further down the road, it may come back to bite me. I can't do that same cost-benefit analysis because I don't know all the variables past this point. And it's sort of like that in Coloretto as well. So I really enjoy that. I think it's a funny theme. I mean, I like Stefan Feld games. I like Point Salad type games. I think it's a really clever title because it's something that's becoming a little bit more of a well-known turn of phrase in board gaming. Something, it's a Point Salad type game. And at the same time, you've got salad things, and there are many ways to score points. It says in the box like 100 different ways. It's because there's 104, 108 cards. So there are that many different ways to score points. I think that that's really cool. I like the concept of being able to play multiple rounds of the game by taking different combinations of the cards that are available and playing more than one round of the game and keep a running total. I like that. It's sort of like Lost Cities has you doing that as well, where you could play one game and call it good. That was fun. Or you can kind of keep a running tally. You could play best 2 out of 3, or you could play best total out of 3. So there's a couple different ways that you can play, and I like that. Artwork is cute. It is whimsical. component, the card quality is pretty good for what it is, and yeah, there's a lot of good to be had here. I really enjoy the game quite a bit. Things that I don't like about the game, there's only really a couple, and that is the box. Why is it so big? Hopefully that's because there's a whole bunch of different expansions coming out, but I previously mentioned Coloretto. This should be that size of a box. It's the size of 2 decks of cards. Why is it in such a big box? And when you open it, even if you had twice as many cards, there's still a lot of air in that box. And it's not a common box size either, so I'm not quite sure why they went with that. But this box size, it's not the same as anything else that I have, other than I just got Lantern's Dice as well. Those 2 boxes are the same size, but I don't have any other boxes that are this size. I don't know if they're trying to make it a standardized size, and maybe it will be in the future, but I'm not even quite sure whether it's saving money by using a standardized box size. It just doesn't make sense to me why the box is that size when it's just 108 cards, and that's it. It could just be little small thing. I don't know. It could be like the size of Star Realms. Really small box. Other things that I don't like, the cards, while there is 108 ways to score, I feel like some of them are easier on you. Like there's just better potential, or they're just easier to get, or worth more points inherently. And also there's some of them that are going to be redundant. There's some that are like, okay, well, you're going to get 5 points for having 2 of this, and there's 1 of those for each of the 6. So while it sounds like, oh wow, 108 different ways to score, it's not really 108 unique ways to score. So I can see a lot of room for expansion, I guess. And that's nitpicking, because it's a fun game. So people who are gonna like this game, if you like filler type games, if you like cute, fun games with a little bit of a different theme, if you like the kind of game that you can keep in your back pocket and bring with you, because if you put this in a smaller package, it's really easy to carry around. If you like a game that's quick to teach, quick to play, you can play a whole teaching round, because some people like to learn by playing. You can just play a game of this as how you teach it. And then by the end of the game, they're like, okay, can we start over? Because I'm just starting to get it. Like, actually, well, the game's going to be over in 2 more turns. Let's just go ahead and finish it out, and then we'll play another game. I think it's really nice for that. It's easy to teach, easy to pick up. But at the same time, there's a decent amount of meat there, because there are those decisions where you're trying to choose, which one of these things do I want? Which types, do I want these ingredients, or do I want that way to score? Do I want to take that even though it's suboptimal for you right now, because it's going to, deny my opponent that card that they might really need? I also really enjoy being able to make, maybe nothing out there is good for me. I can take one off the top and then just flip it over. The ability to flip them over to kind of save yourself from getting a bunch of negative points. It's really great. Yeah, it's a solid game. People who are not going to like this game. Some people, they just hate filler games. I'm sorry if you're one of those. I think you're missing out. Believe me, I love big, heavy, thematic, or interesting, or brain-burning type games, but this is a really fun, light, quick game. And I really can't think of too many reasons why someone would not like this game, other than if you don't like fillers. Drafting, you may think that drafting is overdone, it's done to death. You don't need another one of those. Okay, it may not fit in your collection right now, but I think that any gamer out there would enjoy playing the game. I think it's really solid. I don't think it's one that's going to jump off the shelf for a lot of people, but for me right now, I actively want to play it. It's the kind of game that I can play over lunch. So I think that most anyone who's not opposed to drafting games or short, filler type games, that's pretty much the only people who are not going to like the game. because it's a lot of fun. So, having said that repeatedly, I realize that I'm probably done talking now. So let's go ahead and take the spotlight off of Point Salad by Molly Johnson, Robert Melvin, and Sean Stankovich, published by AEG. If you want to know more about this game, take a look in the description section where you can find a link to my unboxing as well as a full setup and gameplay. I think I played through a whole round. You can find that there, as well as a link to macronovagames.com where you can buy Point Salad and hundreds of other great games. Until next time, I want to thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like what you see. And let me know in the comment section below if I did anything stupid, if I said anything stupid, which I probably did. Because I'd love to connect with you about this game or gaming in general. And as always, have a wonderful day.